you no longer have to deal with weeds. No more weeds in your life. All these rice hulls will block the weed seeds that come in, and it'll help stop germination. You know, one or two might get through, but it's going to reduce the amount of weeds in there drastically, 95% plus. All right, we got one of my favorite soil amendments, rice hulls. Rice hulls are very unique. They're very light, and you can use them as two things. One, you can mix it in the soil, and the second is you can use it as a top dressing. Now, mixing it in the soil is great. It provides tremendous aeration. It's part of our super soil regimen. And the rice hull it's obviously the cover of the rice. The rice itself is the seed, and the covering is the hull, and it has a very high silica content. That's why you can hear it, you can feel how rough it is. It has very high silica, so it also doesn't break down fast at all. This stuff will last for years. If you use it as a top dressing, we'll take some here and we'll put it on top of our plant right here. Very easy. You can take about a quarter, half inch, and with this you're instantly going to give it a whole new look to your plant. It's very attractive, has a light color, nice and reflective, and it has a lot of benefits. One of the things that'll happen is you no longer have to deal with weeds. No more weeds in your life. All these rice hulls will block the weed seeds that come in, and it'll help stop germination. You know, one or two might get through, but it's going to reduce the amount of weeds in there drastically, 95% plus. If you put a very thick layer, let's say an inch or so, you'll also get close to 100% control of any algae. So you see with your potting mixes and such, often the top gets hard and there's, you know, green algae. It doesn't look very attractive. Look at the difference when you add some rice hull at the top. So by far my favorite top dressing. When you water it, it stays in actually, and it's pretty resistant to any wind or such too. What happens is it gets, over time, it starts pushing in and it gets incorporated a little bit in the soil, and it starts mixing into the soil a little bit. So if you take a look right here, we've added this a while ago, and you can see it's a lot darker because it starts pushing into the soil a bit. So that's totally normal. You can add a little bit more on the top. As a soil amendment, mixing it in, it's a nice, efficient, cost-effective way to increase the volume and decrease the weight of your soil mix, whatever you're mixing in. Our super soil already has a rice hull, and that's what lessens some of that weight because we're adding that sandy loam, which is very heavy. Also, it provides tremendous aeration when it's mixed in to any soil. So these pieces don't break down. It gives them more opportunity for air to percolate through the soil. This specifically has zero water retention, so it's a nice thing to play with. So you don't want to just plant something directly in 100% rice hulls. You do need some other things in there, but very, very helpful for aeration, doesn't break down, beautiful soil amendment, and absolutely the best when you talk about a top dressing. Doesn't get any more attractive than that. It's rice hulls.